7th of February, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Words of the Russian translate them.
Sorry.
Now we're official. Very good. The Rush says like this. Bir shahachashhu. What is the point of the Gemara saying? Because we have a concern, maybe it's gonna appreciate, and then it'll be a Sheva Prutas worth. So what? What does that have to do with anything? Says the Rush, it has everything to do with everything. Why? Kevan she'im tisyaker hagzela is barer shelo shilem as a keren. Then it will be become clear at that point that he has not returned the keren. It's not, if you have a Sheva Prutas worth, which the Nigzal has not been mochel on, that means you're on the hook. This Goslin, not you, but the Goslin that Gosled over here, he's on the hook for a Gezela for a Sheva Pruta. And therefore, Nimsa shehevias korbonoi kodem hashavos hakeren. If so, then it's going to come out that if he already brought his korban for his korban asham for being a nishbal a sheker, for swearing falsely, it'll undo the kashrus of that korban, because that korban can only be a kapara for him if he has already made the hashava of the gezel. He can't bring the korban on the swearing falsely about the gezel if he hasn't returned the gezel yet. And if the stolen item is extent, it may go up in value after he brought the korban, and then it'll come out that he would be required to return that Sheva Prutas worth of gezel. He's got an obligation to return that gezel now, and that'll undo the bringing of his korban.
Isn't the 1/5 the value of the item when he stole it?
What 1/5? We're not talking about the chomish. We're not talking about the chomish. The nigzel has been mochel on chomish. He's not obligated to pay on the chomish, but he was not a mochel on less than a Sheva Pruta of the gezel of the keren.
Right, okay. Well, the same question then. When he stole it, was it a certain value, and then after he stole it went down, or was it down already, likely to go up later on?
We don't know how we're not getting into the stock market analysis of the value of this thing.
Yeah.
The Gemora just says if it's worth a Sheva Pruta right now, so then the way things are, it may go up in value, and if so, then if it goes up in value to be a Sheva Pruta's worth, so then it'll come out that this Goslin has got to do a hashava of that Sheva Pruta that he stole, that was not forgiven by the nigzal. And if so, that he has that obligation still in his hand, to have to return it. So the korban that he already brought on the side that he didn't need to return it is puzzle, says the Rush. So you ask, well, so what's the time frame over here? How long does he have to be concerned for this possibility that maybe this thing is going to go up in value, and he should refrain from bringing his korban in that event? What's the time frame? According to so now I would say to you that according to what the Rush is saying over here, he's got a bit of a problem. He's got a bit of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's another commentator over here, the Tosfos Shantz, also brought in the Shita Mikubetzis, he has something to say about this as well. Let's see. Maybe he adds on to what the Rush says, because this is a very interesting case that we have over here now. What is this guy supposed to do? The Tosfos Shantz, it's one of the Bali Tosfos that's brought in the Shita Mikubetzis. Bir Shitam Hadin Shapater Laholich Acharov Pachos Misheva Pruta. Oh, if you'll ask the question, why is it that he's not required, this Goslin, to go to Madai in order to give him this Pachos Misheva Pruta? Why is it that if he has less than a Sheva Pruta's worth to give back, he doesn't have to go to Madai? What's that all about? So the Tosfos Shantz explains. Mishum she'adam mochel al kach. He says because it's self-understood that the nigzal is mochel zayin. He forgives that. He forgives that amount. And if so then, at least for right now, I would understand, it's called that the Goslin doesn't have any obligation to return any Karen in his possession to the Nigzal, and he's fulfilled any obligation that he has. And if so, he could bring the Korban, except what's going to happen if it goes up in value to a Sheva Pruta's worth now? What does the Tosfos Shantz have to say about that? However, oh, this is also something that Roy mentioned. He says this: what we say that the nigzal is mochel, he's mochel zayin on the chetzi pruta, is only if it's something which it's not the derech of that item to appreciate. Achkan, but over here, medubar b'davar shemotzei she'is yaker. The Gemora, in mentioning that we are concerned, we have a chashash, maybe it's going to go up to a sheva pruta. So Roy's asking, well, what's the market like? What's the deal? So yeah, right. You see from the Gemora that the Gemora says that the market for this item is such not be unexpected at all if it would appreciate and go up in value. And so that's why the Gemora has a chashash over here. That's exactly why the Gemora is mentioning this point, because it's a type of an item that we're talking about that he stole. It's maybe we could even say it's likely to go up. Now, it would not be unexpected at all if it went up, even though it's right now worth less than a Sheva Pruta. So in that case, what do we say? Eina nigzal mochel aleha. In that case, the nigzal is not going to be mochel zayin, because he's saying, oh, this item is an item that's going to go up. It's gonna be worth something one day. That's what the market says. That's what if you talk to E.F. Hutton and everybody listens, then that's what it's going to do. So I'm not going to be mochel. Oh, so in that case, what do we have? We have a nigzal who's not mochel on this amount. And if so then what do we say? Memela af im besofo shel davar lo nisyaker, says the Tosfos Shantz, even if at the end of the day it does not go up in value. Lo kiyem hagazlin mitzvahs hashava, the Goslin has not fulfilled his mitzvah of hashava. Shalom mochel lo nigzal al kol kach. Because the nigzal was not mochel on this amount over here. and therefore he's going to, yes, have to go after him, and he's going to have to go after him and to go to Madai to give it to him in order to bring his korban asham. So says the Tosas Shans. Okay. That's so according to Tosas Shans, it depends on whether the nigzal has been mochel on the obligation. The reason that the Sheva Pruta, the reason that the Gezel, even if it's less than a Sheva Pruta, that we say he doesn't have an obligation, would be in the case where it's on account of the fact that the nigzal was mochel zayin. It's not something that goes up in value, and it's less than Sheva Pruta. So the nigzal says mochel zayin. Oh, if so, then he's got no longer any chiyuv hashava. He has no longer any obligation to Gazlan to give back to give it back. And so he could bring his korban asham. But says the Gemora, we're not talking about that case. We're talking about a case that we're go up. Oh, if it's going to go up, so then Roy asks, so how long does he have to wait for it to go up? Says the Tosas Shans. It's not a matter of how long does he got to wait. He's got to go to Madai now. Why? Why has he got to go to Madai? Because this nigzal is not mochel, and he's waiting for it to go up. So even says the Tosas Shans, even if it does not go up at the end of the day, but the nigzal is not mochel zayin, and so therefore he's going to have to go and after him and give it to him, and if he wants to bring his korban asham and have a kapora. Okay, got it. Now we go on.
Treat it like it is going up, or it has gone up. Got to treat it like that.
So to answer Roy's question, how long does this in other words, maybe you'll say, according to what the Tosas Shans is saying, let's say that that he waits for I don't know, a month and it doesn't go up. Does that mean that the nigzal is saying to himself over there in Madai, he doesn't have a telephone, so he can't call him and find out? Does that mean that the nigzal is saying, it's never going to go up, forget it, I'm mochel zayin? He doesn't know. Maybe after a month, the nigzal is saying, this month it didn't go up, but next month it is going to go up. And what happens if it doesn't go up the second month?
It's the same thing.
Says the nigzal, I listened to Life of Bitochen. It's just a test of Bitochen. I know that it's going up, and all I have to do is trust in Hashem. So there's no eights over here. There's no eights over here. The Gazlan is not going to be able to bring his korban until he takes care of this. Hashava. That's the bottom line. Okay. That's the way the Tosas Shans says it. Okay. Amar Rava. Now we go to Rava. Amar Rava is the first words on the line. Three lines down from Amar Rav Papa. And we call upon Lou to continue the reading. Can you read, Lou?
I can. Tell me where we are.
Amar Rava.
First,
It's the first words on the line. About 13 lines down.
We're actually not finished with that. There was a second part. We didn't do this Ika de Amri part.
Oh.
Stopped after there.
Let's start with the page. What page are we on?
Right.
We're on 105A1 on the right column.
105, A1 on the right column.
We're up to the third paragraph, Ika da Amri. We didn't say that part of Rav Papa. There were two things that Rav Papa said.
Okay. The Gemora presents an opposite version of Rav Papa's statement. Ikra da Amri. There are those who say as follows. Amar Rav Papa said, Lo shna gizela kayemes velo shna she'ein gizela kayemes. It doesn't matter whether the robbed item is extant or the robbed item is not extant. Eino tzrich leilech acharav. He's not obligated to pursue after him. That is, the thief is not obligated to pursue after the victim.
To return him that Pachas Misheva Pruta.
Right. The Shema tiyaker lo chayshinan. What?
Yeah, good. Continue.
We are not concerned that perhaps its value will increase.
Right.
So he doesn't have to go after him because it's not worth that much, and we're not worried about it, that it's going to increase, according to Rav Papa.
So we see over here from this Ikeda Amre that seems to be that there was some Talmudim that felt that Rav Papa said Punk Fakert, exactly the opposite of what the group of Talmudim understood that he said. Right, the first statement of Rav Papa was Hashinin Shematiakir, where we are Choshesh that it's going to go up, and according to this Ikeda Amre, we are not Choshesh that this item that is still around in the hand of the Goslin is going to go up, and so therefore. And therefore, according to the cheshbon of the Tosaf Shantz that we mentioned in the first lashon of the view of Rav Papa, if we're not concerned that it's going to go up at all, so then what does that mean in terms of the nigzal? What's going to be his response?
He forgives.
Mochel zayin.
Mochel zayin.
So if so then the Goslin has no longer any chiyuv hashava. He doesn't have to go. Doesn't have to return the sheva pruta. It's regarded the chetzi pruta. It's regarded as being forgiven. And if so, since he has no more obligation of returning anything to the exile, he can now promptly go straight to the base of Mikdash and bring his korban asham, according to this second view. Oh, so the question will be, you know what the question is? The Rashba, I have a note here, asked, yeah, but what happens if it does go up? What happens if it does go up? Now what's going to be? So says the Rashba, that's the Rashba, Sha'af deazu. Even according to this second view of Rav Papa, so Veret she'in tis yaker hagezela. If in fact this gezela does go up in value and it's now worth a sheva pruta, so is chayav lashiva. He's going to be required to return it. Now he's got an obligation of hashava. When it's a sheva pruta's worth, there's no doubt that there's an obligation to return it. Says the Rashba. V'yisbar l'mafreya the ashim hayaposel. Oy vavoy. If that's so, then he's got a real problem. That means that the ashim that he brought, this Goslin, already is posel. That's a very expensive problem for this Goslin. Kevan shehuva lifnei hashava sakeren. Because why? Because you cannot bring the korban asham. This is the rule that we're learning here. You cannot bring, the Goslin cannot bring the korban asham until he fulfills his obligation of hashava, until he fulfills his obligation of returning the stolen item to the nigzal. The only thing that we're saying, says the Rashba, in this second view of Rav Papa, is that we're not choshesh for it. We don't expect and entertain the possibility, practically speaking, that it's going to go up. But if it does go up, yipsala korban, the korban is puzzle. That's the view of the Rashba. But what will the Rush say about this? The Rush says the opposite. The Rush does not agree. Why does the Rush not agree? Anama Rush, Kosav Shalafi Deyazu, Afim Tisyakira Gezel Freya. Because what we're talking about over here, we're talking about the fact that the korban asham, at the time that he brought it, we have to say that it was good. And what we're saying is that it could be retroactively invalidated because the unexpected happened and the gezela actually did go up in value. And now the later on, the Goslin, it turns out he does have a chiyuv hashava. But says the Rush, it would go up in that instance. Lo yipsala asham l'mafreya. You cannot invalidate retroactively the bringing of the korban asham. Kaven shebashas havosa asham hayapoter mi'ashava. Because at the time that the Goslin brought this korban asham, the Goslin had no obligation of hashava. He did not have any obligation to return it. And so he got in good time, and the fact that later on he's going to have a chiyuv hashava, it's not going to affect the kashrus of that korban asham according to the Rush. So interesting. We have a machlokes rishonim over here about whether the korban asham could be retroactively invalidated if in the event that in fact the gezel, which is extant, goes up in value to a sheva pruta's worth, which will obligate the Goslin to make a hashava to return the stolen property. Very interesting. Okay. Do we have any Rashis, Phil?
We did those two. I don't think this. The next Rashi is Chayav Lachzir, and that's on the next. That's the Rambam.
That's in the next section. Okay. Right. Chayav Lachzir lo acheres. Right. Okay. Okay. We got under 4 minutes. Let's start the next statement of Omar Rava. It's the first two lines it's the first two words on the line. It's about 13 lines down. If it's not 13, then it's 12. And if it's not 12, then it's 14. And if it's not either one of them, maybe it's 11 or 15. But when you see Omarava, that's where it is. If you're looking in a standard page of Gemora. Whoever finds it, tell everybody else where it can be found in the art scroll, please.
The last paragraph on the right-hand side, 105A1.
Okay. Let's see. Alan, you want to continue the reading with?
But Robert said, if one stole 3 bundles that were valued at 3 prutas, whose low, blue, and the value decreased and stood at only 2 prutas. Aim low Jitayim, that even if the thief returned 2 of the bundles to the victim, Chayev Zir low is still liable to return the other one.
Right. Okay, let's take a look at the Rashi. We go to Phil.
Rashi, he's chayiv l'chagzelo. He's obligated to return to him aguda acheret, the other bundle, the apple p, even though the hashta lo shave pruta, even though it's not the value of a pruta anymore. Kevin, since the ishat gazela, because at the time of the theft of a shave pruta, it was worth of pruta, but we need la hadura ula holicha achrav. He has to go after him, it says. He needs to find him dwelling.
What do these two words mean? Boy lahadure. He needs lahadure is Aramaic for lahader is lahachzir in Russian Kodesh.
So the dollar is Zion. So he has to go and return it.
He has to return it and lolicho achoro.
He has to go after him. So he has to return after him. He has to go wherever he is.
He has to He has to go to Madai. In other words. Right. So here's the rule that we see, that it doesn't matter if it's going to go. It doesn't matter that right now it went down. We're saying that right. He stole 3, and at the time they were worth 3 prutas, and now now later on they went down, and the 3 bundles are only worth 2 prutas. So that means that each one of them, the bundles, is worth less than a sheva pruta. So he says to himself, "Oh, so I don't need to return except for 2 of them, because it's not worth a sheva pruta, and we're not worried. I guess it's going to go up. So we say, no, it doesn't matter whether it's going to go up or it's not going to go up. It makes no difference. Why? Because if it was worth a sheva pruta at the time that he stole it, he's got to return it, period. It doesn't matter that it went down afterwards, and it's actually right now not worth a sheva pruta, and it'll never be a sheva pruta. It doesn't matter. If it's worth a sheva pruta at the time of the gezela, he's got to return it. He's got to go to Madai. Okay. Yashikoyak, everyone.
Take care.
Have a great day, Phil. All the best to Alan and Roy.
Thank you.
Hope your roofs are water resistant.
I've had enough problems this morning, but it's getting better now.
No, they're
Baruch
not.
Hashem.
And the floors are not water resistant either. But we've got less trouble than we had last year.
Oh, Baruch Hashem. Well, that's the good way of looking at it.
Mhm. Okay.
Very good.
All right, then. Well, I'll go and put on my bathers again.
Oh, okay. Your bathers? What, that
Well-
bathing suit?
Bathing suit, yes.
Oh, I see. Okay, the bathers.
Keep
Okay.
warm and dry.
Yes, well,
Warm and dry.
yeah, okay. The trouble is that the rainwater is not warm. Not here anyway.
What's not warm?
The rainwater.
Oh, the rainwater is not warm. No, not when it's freezing cold outside. Okay.
All right then. Anyway, thank you very, very much, Rabbi Levitt, for your shiur, and I'll see you also, Alan.
Yep.
Bye for now. Bye. Thank
All the
you.
best.
Bye.
Be well.